Huskies, where basketball has a championship pedigree, and there's plenty of enthusiasm for football as well. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on a team from the AAC, the UCONN Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Spartans will kick it away to start us off. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So the UConn Huskies offense will start this game off. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They'd better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long...
Oh, look out! They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats, because he is not easy to bring down.
They're getting this guy lathered up. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. Open space at the 25. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Touchdown, UConn. He would not be denied.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
UConn 7, Michigan State 0.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Michigan State's offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Getting some heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which...
And that pass picked off. Touchdown, Huskies. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll throw it on first down. And he intercepts it. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
UCONN going back to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Takes the handoff. It's Edwards. Discards a man. Across the 25. He's got room. Touchdown, UConn! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, and excellent field position for this offense. Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. First down here for the offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This offense has a 2nd down play. Back to the ground with the running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knocked.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Looking for more room. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Huskies. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been... And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Looking for space. It's Carter. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he ends up taking a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The UConn offense goes back to work. Looking for a productive play on first down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast. And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Using his legs, it's Edwards. Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, great tackles, he's strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
And on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different and give this offense something to think about.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to surprise him with the pass. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up, they find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Washington State is ahead right now, but the school that nearly saw Ryan Leaf win a Heisman back in the day still has some work to do. They're up by 7 over the Pandas. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this one.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Childs. They're bringing heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They're looking for an advantage to the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UConn. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone.
Michigan State, 0.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Leaves it with the back. Makes a man miss. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Now on second down. Looking downfield, it's Childs. Firing to the right, complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This is a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. UConn going back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Backed up at the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Runs through a tackle.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
I'm not really sure what the thought process here is other than just trying to troll them by not running a play. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. UConn quick to the line. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, UConn.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? They'll try to bully their way for the first.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Still running at the 40. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Huskies! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point splits the upright. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. To the air, it's Childs. Throws to the wideout. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Got room on the return. Touchdown, UCONN! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, and making big plays.
Return goes out of bounds.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Trying to get nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. Touchdown, Huskies! The defense takes matters into their own hands.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Line gets set. 1st down. On the ground, it's Carter. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built a lead.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Spartans will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll just down it right there.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field, all the speed on the field for that punt coverage team, and you can tell they caught up with him and forced the fumble.
Powers through the defender. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. And the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate. I don't know that there's anything more demoralizing to an offense than the fumble. I know the defense makes plays, but sometimes they just seem so unnecessary or sloppy.
And I think the offensive coordinator now has some decisions to have to make. Oftentimes, Reese, we see running backs fumble, they get benched. Well, this offense, they're not going to bench this guy because of his talent. But how many more times do you trust him to carry the football on design quarterback runs after that fumble?
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Childs. Pressure coming. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. And it's right down the boulevard. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bell.
All right, not ideal, right? Not ideal. You're an offense. You want to get a good kickoff return, but you're starting inside your own 10. Now come out, set the tone, get some high percentage completion. You might not go with that script you had because you thought you might have a little better field position, but you just get some few first downs, get that first down right now.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a crease. It's Edwards. What a cut. Now he's loose. Quick step and go. And he breaks into the open. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Huskies. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown.
Holding.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Line getting set on 2nd down. To the air. It's Childs. Got his man on the right. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
To the ground with the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, a first half that saw a little bit of everything there in East Hartford. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Rentschler Field.
UCONN has it teed up to start this second half.
This one away.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Safe completion on the screen. Makes one man miss. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
The UConn offense goes back to work. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. He'll keep it himself.
Nice job there by the QB on the zone read because he's watching the D lineman and he knows he has to keep the football and he right away takes it upfield and gets some positive yards.
Looking for space. It's Edwards. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Now the pitch. At the 40, there he goes. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
Got enough space. Touchdown, UConn. And the pummeling has started.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Returner goes out of bounds.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Back to pass, it's Schuster. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there. He knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in.
And the blitz gets to him just like that.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
On second down, he'll fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Smith. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. And the Spartans will call on their punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. On the return, it's Sheffield. He gets a block. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. UConn going back to work on offense. How about that blocking up front and that running game? Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies! And the punishment has been extended.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Southern Miss is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 11 over the Pandas. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Pocket starts to collapse. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, and they corral the ball so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field, and hey, even cause a turnover, that's just gravy.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. They're going to ride this running back.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The give to the lone running back. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. They make the tackle, but UConn has enough for the first down.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just...
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, UConn! And the route is on.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field.
Nothing but green ahead. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. One big play and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. They'll run play action. And the quarterback will be slugged down back at the 43.
What a beautiful day for the defense. A sack for you, a sack for you. Everybody gets a sack. Everything good happening for this defense.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
The UConn offense goes back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Looking for room, it's Edwards. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. UConn quick to the line. They'll try to pick up the 1st. Can't get him to the ground. Tackle is made after the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. And this bounces out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback and a turnover. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Coming after it. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Unloads to the wideout. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in. And the Spartans will bring the punt team onto the field.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
UCONN going back to work on offense. Leaves it with the running back. Fighting off the defender. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
The UConn offense goes back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Quarterback checking the play. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 2nd down coming up. The play action fake. Takes a shot as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Huskies getting set on 1st and 10. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the miscue, 1st and 15 for this offense. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Husky. And the stomping has commenced.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Feeling some heat. And they got him for the sack.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the fourth quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
Dropping back, it's Schuster. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Hands it off. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. At the 20, he's got space. Off he goes. The 40, the 30, inside the 10.
Yeah, and this is why he's leading the nation in rushing. Like, you give him the football, and he'll continue to make big plays. He's done it all throughout the season. This offense features him, and there is a reason why.
And they spike it. You'd think they'd want to keep the clock moving with the lead here. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. Touchdown, Huskies! And the beatdown has ensued.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, but the defense better do something about it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
On the return, it's Sheffield. He's got great speed. Made a defender miss. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. He just about took that one all the way to the house. They finally get him down after a tremendous return. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Touchdown, UCONN! And the pummeling has started.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3-and-out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. They're trying to get, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose.
A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Huskies! And the punishment has been extended.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to throw, it's Schuster. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to the quarterback. Down he goes, but that penalty marker sitting right at the line of scrimmage might be offsides against the defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33. A 1st down for the offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. UConn quick to the line. He wants to throw. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, UConn! And the route is on. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. We'll see if they can dial up one that works this time on 2nd down from the 14. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty marker right at the line of scrimmage, and this may go against the defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Schuster. He's got him in the flat. Makes his man miss. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get to him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Spartans will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Slips through the line. Oh, what a move! And there he goes. They won't get him in. It's a touchdown.
I got gotta say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Arkansas State is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Jonesboro for some time. They're up by 21 over Tulsa. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the fourth quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the ball's free in the end. The offense back on top of it. That's going to be a safety, but trust me, that could have been much, much worse. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. UConn going back to work on offense. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really. So
can anyone catch him? Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. The 10. Touchdown, Huskies. And the stomping has commenced.
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. But this offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today. But build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard is.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's another safety. They get their 3rd one of this game. So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Offense getting set for 1st down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Still running at the 40. Oh, look out. There he goes. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. And they finish it off with a touchdown and seal up this game.
And this might be what you call garbage time. It might not really matter because you know the game's out of reach, but I like it. Keep executing. Keep finding some more plays. Hey, maybe you find a play later on down the season you might come back to and say, hey, this actually worked in this situation.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. On 1st down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. Dumps it off in the flats. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. To the air, it's Schuster. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. A huge break to be able to get that football back, but I wouldn't say that's the best way to go about getting good field position. UConn will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The UConn offense goes back to work. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen.
And the ball is free on the pitch. And the defense has got in there trying to pick up some yards. He's loose down the middle. And the Spartans will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, David.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now you know you can do it. It's not, we talked about it in the offseason, oh, we want to do this. Now you're starting to execute it and put it together on the field.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.